Anything you feed will grow. And I would look at the ID channel too, like night and day. I would just be fixated on women who murdered and deadly women and anything else that attracted dark spirits or unclean spirits. And I tell you, since I got down with God about removing any of my demons up out of me, and I took Matthew 5 here with me, I haven't had the desire to look at any of those dark pictures. You know, somebody brought over a movie, a dark picture, you know, about demons, and I didn't even have the desire to look at it. You know, I'm just not interested. There's not something in me that is drawn to that. Again, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but today I want to get rid of all my forensic files and Dexter programs because I don't want to have to go back there. And there's a part of me that wants to, like I said, throw them out, and there's another part of me that wants to sell it. And the other thing that's happening is I feel a lot of relief. And the reason I'm telling you this is because when Jesus healed that man from the legion, he wanted to go with Jesus, but Jesus said, no, go back and tell people what I've done for you. And it is with great honor, and I am in awe. I am in awe. I do want to say that I am just in awe of what a prayer can do with just a little seed of mustard, just a little grain of mustard seed. The whole time I was praying and asking God to get rid of it, the devil attacked my faith. And then I spoke back. I said, you are a liar. Whether I feel God or not, I see plainly in Scripture that it is in His will to cast you out. And I remember as I prayed, I became willing to be healed. I became willing to let it go. And like I said, after that, I just feel a little lighter.
So they arrived at the other side of the lake, in the land of the Gerasenes. Just as Jesus was climbing from the boat, a man possessed by an evil spirit ran out from a cemetery to meet him. This man lived among the tombs and could not be restrained, even with a chain. Whenever he was put into chains and shackles, as he often was, he snapped the chains from his wrist and smashed the shackles. No one was strong enough to control him. All day long and throughout the night, he would wander among the tombs and in the hills, screaming and hitting himself with stones. When Jesus was still some distance away, the man saw him. He ran to meet Jesus and fell down before him.
Come out of the man, you evil spirit!
He gave a terrible scream, shrieking.
Why are you bothering me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? For God's sake, don't torture me!
What is your name?
Legion! Because there are many of us here inside this man.
Then the spirits begged him again and again not to send them to some distant place. There happened to be a large herd of pigs feeding on the hillside nearby.
Send us into those pigs!
The evil spirits begged. Jesus gave them permission. So the evil spirits came out of the man and entered the pigs. And the entire herd of 2,000 pigs plunged down the steep hillside into the lake, where they were drowned. The herdsmen fled to the nearby city and the surrounding countryside, spreading the news as they ran. everyone rushed out to see for themselves. A crowd soon gathered around Jesus, but they were frightened when they saw the man who had been demon-possessed. For he was sitting there, fully clothed and perfectly sane. Those who had seen what happened to the man and to the pigs told everyone about it. And the crowd began pleading with Jesus to go away and leave them alone. When Jesus got back into the boat, the man who had been demon-possessed begged to go too. But Jesus said,
No, go home to your friends and tell them what wonderful things the Lord has done for you and how merciful he has been.
So the man started off to visit the 10 towns of that region and began to tell everyone about the great things Jesus had done for him. And everyone was amazed at what he told them.
I want to conclude with this one thing. You know what helped me to decide to get willing to let go? Anthony Robbins has this exercise called How to Get Rid of Anything You Don't Want. And he's very good. He said, list everything you get out of holding on to something that you don't want. And so me and my Annie, we wrote, by holding on to these demons, I get to this, I get to this. And, we just went on and on. The next question is, what pain do you have? What kind of pain are you suffering as a result of holding on to demons that you could give to God if you were willing to do so, and he would take it? And by the time I finished that pain list, I was like, ugh. So I saw the benefits and I saw the pain. And then the last question is, what would your life be like if you were free from this? What would your life be like if you had the exact opposite of however you're living now? By the time I was done with that, I was like, wow, I could be producing shows. I could be free to do things more on network television. I can make my dreams happen more. I can be actually doing some filming, some speaking, because that oppression wouldn't be up on me. And that is what made me more willing to, when I got down with asking God to take these demons from me, I was willing to surrender them. So, why did I do this? I did it because I wanted to tell the story of the power of the Christ. And of course, fear will grip you. People tell you stuff like that, you're not sure if God would really do it for you. And that's a real haughty spirit too. Doubt is a haughty spirit. It's a spiritual wickedness in a high place, because you get to say, well, I don't know if God would do it for me, when his word clearly says he is no respecter of persons. He says, with me all things are possible, and you are not any different than anybody else, regardless of the lies that the enemy has told you. If you come forward, he says, his is for whomsoever will. Because God is love. And I love this new book that Joyce Meyer is releasing now called God is Not Mad at You. God's not mad at you. You're beautifully and marvelously made, and he wants you to be free of any type of tormenting spirits. We don't have to be going around tormented. And that's something that only you and God need to know about, if that's something that you pray about. You don't have to broadcast that to nobody. That's between you and God. God bless you.